Welcome, everybody, to episode 126 of the Geek Dad Report, the one show dedicated, formulated, specially created, into bringing you guys all the weekly nerd and pop culture news you need to know, and hopefully putting a smile on your face, and possibly in Ryan's case, making sure his balls don't freeze.
Yeah, it's currently there's that the snow bomb or whatever the fuck they're calling it. I don't know who comes up with the name for stupid shit. But
I've actually seen a whole thing about the storm that's going to hit you. It's called The Day After Tomorrow. It's a very interesting documentary about what's about to happen to you guys. You should check it out.
I watched that too. I'm fucked.
Well, while you're fucked, I drink and I know things, Ryan.
Well, I'm just gonna say it's cold as balls here, and for a long part of the day today, I just kept looking out my office window right here, and all I saw was snow blowing sideways because the wind was like 30 miles per hour. We got like a giant pile of snow.
Listen, I feel you, man. It's been unbelievably cold up here in Washington. I think today was 43 degrees. I almost had to put on a coat. It was tragic. It was Yet another great reason why I live in the Pacific Northwest. You know what? Everyone's going to laugh at me when fucking Mount Rainier finally explodes. And they'll be like, why did that idiot live next to a volcano? Well, then you can laugh at me then.
Because when you look at the map and they're showing like where the cold is,
yeah,
it's not everywhere here. But the West Coast.
Dude, I actually did see a map where it had like the Arctic front that was coming down from like Canada, you know? And the way it blew in like this, it blew straight and almost across the entire United States, except for this small little pocket that is Western Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, you guys kind of escaped the whole thing.
Snowpocalypse.
It's all that pot growing that you guys have been doing. Mm-hmm. It's just like all the marijuana plants.
Well, see, we're putting a bubble. We're putting a bubble over Washington, right? And so our marijuana is going to suck all the carbon monoxide out of the air. So we actually are reversing global warming just for our state. The rest of you guys are fucked, but we're good. I think Colorado, California, soon to be Vermont, and Oklahoma also have some of the same benefits of the carbon monoxide bubble that we have here.
Maybe I should move back.
You should. The downside is you pay like 87% taxes, but other than that, it's good.
God, I forgot about the taxes in Washington.
You know, but minimum wage is like $47 an hour, so good.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Oh, in case I forgot to mention it, I'm Brian West, the hostess with the mostest, and that beautiful man over there in that ugly-ass hat is Rian Johnson.
Hey, I'm sorry that my team is in the playoffs, and yours is not.
Yeah, they are. So. My team's totally playing in the playoffs. They just were on a bye this week. That's why they didn't show up in the schedule, Ryan.
Do I have to explain this to you again?
There is a giant bird, and as we know, there's only one giant bird in the NFL, and that's the beautiful Seahawks. And they showed. I looked on the playoff schedule; it said bye week. That means they don't play this week.
But did you know there's a difference between an eagle and a Seahawk?
That's fake news. We're not talking. That's erroneous. What are you fucking MNBC, MSNBC, one of those. God, was it MSCBNOW?
I think your brain is
fake news,
malfunctioning.
First of all, nobody's got a better brain than me. Nobody.
The greatest, most beautiful brain of all the brains.
Most beautiful brain in all the world. All right, I have the biggest brain, and I'm gonna make Ryan pay for it.
How much have you drank tonight? That's what I want to know.
Not much, just a taste. It was one of those weeks. I got two bottles of very lovely scotch from people I care a lot about for Christmas, and I hadn't had a chance to open them, so we were about to start recording, and I was like, you know what? I've got this awesome cool cup, and it's really empty, so I put some scotch in it.
Scotchy scotch.
Scotchy scotch goes down, down, down into my belly.
But we do have a somewhat of a good show tonight, I think. Don't
lie to the people. It's a terrible show. But we are awesome, so you're going to be entertained.
Yeah, if last week you thought we're just a random pile of shit, this week is more random. Less random, more
okay.
Shit.
To be fair, we do have an after show we're going to record. We got a fun craptastic for you guys this week. of King Arthur, the Legend of the Sword. So there's a little tease. So we're going to do that after the show. So this week you guys get not 1, not 2, but 3 episodes. You get the Geek Dad Report versus the NFL. You get the Geek Dad Report, and you get an episode of Crap or Craptastic. So we may be
and if we stay really late, we might do a second Crap or Craptastic.
Whoa, mind blown. I don't think the internet can handle all that. I don't think you can handle all of that. Oh my God. You people are in for a treat, but
this is. We were able to squeak out a really long intro out of that.
We did. We did not. That was actually. We were going to jump right into it. I'm surprised we were managed to squeeze 6 minutes out of that. But to be fair to us, there is almost no news this time of year, and we are only a couple weeks from taking our midwinter break for a couple weeks. So we're just kind of. We're like at the end of a marathon, and we're just kind of slowly just trying to get to that finish line. So. You know, if you find that our content sucks, well, just remember, it's free. So
we're just grabbing water from the side tables as we run by and splashing it on our face.
Yeah.
Brian's more like slapping the water out of people's hands and like, give me fucking scotch on this last mile. This
I want to hear again about what you're splashing on your face. Let's go.
I splash a lot of stuff on my face, Brian.
Yeah, I've heard that about you. All right, whatever. Let's move on. Moving on. We got an action-packed show for you guys. We got a few stories we're going to talk about. We have a Faithful 50 because Ryan forgot to do it last week. It seems like everybody was real excited that we had one up this week because we got a lot of things to talk about. So
we had some really good questions this week too.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with nerd or geek
which is
stuff.
what we want. That's what we've been waiting for.
That's what you want. What I want is what I want is Disney Studios saying, "Hey, we just bought Fox and we need a couple guys to host some shows," and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm on it." And what else we got? We got a little topic we're going to talk about involving Jodie Foster.
Yeah,
there's no Hannibal Lecter.
That's going to be this much of the topic, and then the rest of it we're going to build off of it.
I'm going to give you a hint. It's called "What Happened to Jodie Foster After She Made Silence of the Lambs." The answer is nothing. Penis. That's what happened. Here's her career. Taxi Driver. Was she in Taxi Driver? I don't know. She's in one movie with Robert De Niro. Way up here like this, and then somebody tried to shoot Ronald Reagan, but it just kept going. And then she made Silence of the Lambs, and everybody was like, "She's the greatest." And then after that, she did this.
Have you even watched Taxi Driver? It's like I keep hearing about it, but I never watched it.
That's the one with Jodie Foster, right? Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
She was like 12 or something.
Hey, Ryan, you talking to me? You must be talking to me because I'm the only one in the room. Whatever.
I don't know. I've never seen it. So anyway,
needless to say, we got some stuff. We may even have a recommendation or two. So let's get to it. You ready?
No. I think we should start over.
All right. Starting over in 3, 2... Man, shut up. It's Ninja News time. The uppercut of information, Ryan. The judo chop of knowledge.
And the Cobra Kai leg sweep of learning.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Brian.
Because I wasn't prepared and put all my little props to the side, I think people saw what I was grabbing. But anyway, let's pretend like they didn't. And I know you didn't see it. Hey, Ryan, have you seen any of these guys? Have you seen any of these guys running around in Philly? I
haven't seen any yet.
Stupid. Shut up, Siri.
I'm pretty sure that with the way the weather's been here, that the Night King is on his way.
Have you seen one of these running around? Maybe eating some deers?
Ow. I think I saw one.
All right. Well, if you saw him, did you see? Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Ryan
I did see
of the Tomlinson clan.
He was banging his aunt.
Whoa!
I saw him.
That's the last we saw him. Whoa! That's pretty sexy and dirty at the same time, and disgusting.
Yes.
Showrunners should be ashamed of themselves. Well, you know what? I'm glad you saw him coming. Because none of us are going to see Game of Thrones for an entire fucking year. HBO confirmed today what we've all heard rumors about, Ryan. What did they confirm?
Well, HBO sent out an email saying, "Hey,
we're HBO.
So we know that everybody likes Game of Thrones. So here's what we're going to do. We're only going to record 6 episodes in the last season,
Yes.
And we're not going to release it until 2019.
Yes. What Ryan said. No new Game of Thrones for an entire year, at least.
Yeah, that's not saying January 2019. That's just saying sometime in 2019.
We could get 6 more seasons of Westworld before we see Game of Thrones again.
Yeah. George R.R. Martin might actually write a book. Finish his book.
That's never going to happen.
No, probably not. Yeah.
Dude, he's working on the prequel series for HBO for Game of Thrones. And his new series, Night Flyers, just got greenlit by Sci-Fi for an entire season, which he's also helping to write. He is never finishing that book. Give it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to act out the book for you. Here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Winter has come. I have come. Oh, you've come. Oh no, there's so much coming. Oh, everything came.
I think this is this is the actual Game of Thrones porn parody.
There was like a dragon that was going to come, but because we did the dire wolf, we couldn't afford the dragon, so I apologize for that. But you got a big white dragon all up on your face, Ryan. Dire wolf. Whatever. Anyway, Game of Thrones, not coming back. As you can tell, we're devastated. I busted out my Scotch cup. See, that's the real reason why I'm drinking out of my I Drink and I Know Things cup. Because I was devastated that there's no Game of Thrones. I'm in denial.
I think I can't put a positive spin on it. It just sucks balls.
Sucks balls. That, you know what? That is a great way to move on to the next thing.
Yes.
Game of Thrones, HBO, this sucks balls. And although we're excited for Westworld Season 2 and maybe some other stuff. You know what? What if the Deuce gets a second season? What are they going to call it?
If you want, there's a Gunpowder or something like that.
Gunpowder?
It's, but it's got Kit Harington in it.
Ooh.
And it's on HBO.
Does it also have Daenerys in it?
I don't know. I don't know if he's banging his aunt in that show too.
Well, if Jon Snow ain't banging his aunt, I ain't watching him in nothing else. Maybe I'd settle for a cousin.
Like a second cousin or like first cousin?
I'm not judgy. We'll just whatever.
Whatever.
Speaking of people who are judgy, hey, everybody who hated Bright, guess what? You get to bitch some more because Bright 2 is officially coming. Ha ha!
It had like 12 million views on the first weekend.
Dude,
that's not that bad.
Honestly, if you equated that to box office, that's a $100 million opening weekend. Now, granted, you can't do the one-for-one because it's Netflix, so nobody had to pay for it, so it's a lot easier to watch it on Netflix, but that's a lot of people that saw it.
Yeah. I liked it.
I liked it, too.
We reviewed the shit out of it last week, and it was good.
A lot of people liked it, but apparently some people didn't, and because people feel like if it's not for them, they have to rally and say it sucks, then whatever.
We might expand on that a little bit later when we talk about Jodie Foster.
About people who just are drinking the haterade?
Yes.
Speaking of people drinking the haterade, The Last Jedi is making a lot of money.
Big surprise.
How much money has it made, Ryan?
I don't know. Has Disney made their investment back yet?
Well, The Last Jedi by itself has already crossed $1 billion. It's only been in theaters for like 3 weeks. I've personally seen it twice already. But yes, you are correct. Disney has already recouped their investment costs into the Star Wars, and they've only done 3 movies.
And that's just the ticket sales, I think.
Yes.
That's not like merchandising. Oh
God!
And
I'm honestly surprised that Lucas sold it for only $4 billion.
Yeah, that's when you look at it now. I mean, at the time it was like, man, George Lucas fucking made out. Like he got a shit ton of money. But when you look back on it, he easily 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about Marvel too. Marvel that was $4 billion. So I mean, Disney paid $8 billion for Marvel and Star Wars. How much? I mean, I don't even know how much they've made off merchandise, comic sales,
just
movies.
Look what's going on with the Fox. Yeah. I mean, how much did they have to pay for Fox just to get the X-Men? Essentially,
$54 billion.
Yeah, it could be a lot more than $4 billion. That's for sure.
Well, I think Fox wised up. They were like, no.
Yeah.
Our shit's worth way more than $4 billion. I wonder if Disney came in and was like, listen, Star Wars, $4 billion. Fox, we'll give you 7.
Yeah. It's just the X-Men.
And then Fox is like,
cares.
but we have Avatar. And then Disney's like, okay, we'll give you 6.
Yeah. But wait, we got Alien.
We'll give you 3.
Are you guys still letting that shithead what's his face? Control everything.
Ridley Scott, only Oscar-winning director Ridley Scott.
Like, sorry, we're gonna have to take off like a half bill just because you guys let Ridley Scott.
Well, I think that was part of the deal is that Disney got Fox, but Fox got to dump Ridley Scott. Sorry, Ridley, you're out. Oh man. All right, what else we got? I don't even know. I was trying to find a good segue. I don't think there's
Neil Blomkamp you in.
Let's see. New Year's happened. Do you have any resolutions? No. Moving on.
Stop being fat. That's a good one.
I'm gonna get fat for my New Year's. My New Year's resolutions is to drink more, start smoking, get fat.
If you smoke cigars, it's not as bad.
I don't have any. I think resolutions are dumb. If you don't have enough intestinal fortitude to do it the day before New Year's, well, then you're never gonna accomplish it after New Year's.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying, people. You know, just try and have good habits all year, right? I mean, do bad things occasionally, but try and live fairly good.
Live your life.
If you think pizza every night's a good idea, well, then you shouldn't do that.
Masturbate every once in a while, and you'll be all right.
Whoa! That's erroneous. You should be having calluses on both hands at all times, Ryan. Stress release. What are we talking about? Speaking of masturbating, Justice League has a new person in charge. Yeah, DC listened to us as Warner Brothers listens to our show, clearly, because we suggested that they need to put one person in charge who knows what the fuck they're doing. And I don't know if they did that or not, but they put someone in charge. I'm stalling to find his name here. Walter Hamada is now the new, executive person overseeing only. His one job is to oversee the DC movies for Warner Brothers.
So this is the same guy that done the Conjuring series, which I haven't watched. I haven't watched any of them.
I don't even watch The Conjuring. I've watched Insidious. I don't think he did those, but I did watch It, which is an amazing movie that you should watch, but you won't because you're a big.
Yeah, but how much credit can you give this guy for It?
The guy who oversaw it. Yeah, I know. What, he check in once every 5 weeks? Yeah. Are we over budget? No? Good. Moving on.
Yeah. How's that food cart going?
I'm not going to say this is a good move or a bad move. I literally don't know anything about this guy at all. I mean, some of his movies are impressive, but he doesn't seem to have a huge, impressive slate of movies that he's kind of produced. So, all I can say is I'm glad that one person is in charge of this. Whether that's good for Warner Brother or for the movies, who knows? Yeah,
well, time will tell. People are going to shit all over him anyway. So
yeah, speaking of shit all over, more is leaking from the Zack Snyder, what could have been the Zack Snyder cut. In fact, they had, I think, a rally today at DC headquarters. A whole bunch of fans got together with signs in front of the headquarters demanding a Zack Snyder cut of the movie. It's never going to happen, people. Yeah. From everything I've read, there's a rough cut of his movie, but it's not finished. The special effects aren't finished, and there's zero chance Warner Brothers spends any more money on Justice League. It didn't even make $700 million worldwide, which is a fucking disaster for a Justice League movie.
Well, and all those people that were protesting need to find a better use of their time, because it's fucking pointless trying to do that shit.
If you guys want real shit to protest, just hit me or Ryan up on Twitter. There's like a lot of real world things we could send you to go stand in front of and yell at.
Yeah, there's some bad shit happening that you could actually be protesting about.
Yeah, true. But I mean, Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut does look pretty cool. There's been a lot of stills released that kind of showed some of the concept art of what could have been and maybe the direction that Zack Snyder was going to go instead of what Joss Whedon ended up giving us. But like I said, there's not going to be a Zack Snyder cut. He left to deal with his family, his tragic family stuff way before it was finished. And unfortunately, what we have is what we have. Now, there's a rumor that there is a director's cut, a Joss Whedon director's cut, that was about 2.5 hours that he was later told to trim down to about 2 hours. So we may see that one at some point. Right now we are getting the original cut of the theatrical cut of Justice League on digital HD later this month, and in the month, so it's coming out pretty early. But all the stores that are going to be carrying Justice League in March when it hits Divid and Blu-ray, they only list the theatrical cut. They do not list any kind of director's cut. So my guess is we're going to get a director's cut at some point, but Warner Brothers is going to double dip the shit out of us on this one.
Oh yeah, they gotta try and recoup with DVD sales. So
yeah,
I think it's gonna be a lot of. It's probably like every 6 months they're gonna come out with like a different cut.
Well, my suggestion is if you haven't watched Justice League, I like Justice League a lot. I mean, I liked it. I didn't like it a lot. It was all right. It's worth watching. So rent it when it comes out. If you haven't watched it yet, give it a good solid rent. But just wait a few months. Wait even 3 or 4 months. It'll be on HBO by then. You can watch it over and over. And by the time it hits HBO or Showtime or whatever, I guarantee you they're going to release some kind of a director's cut. That'll be the one to buy. It'll have both copies of the theatrical and the director's cut, and hopefully that'll be a little more definitive and fill in some of the holes that the movie had. But anyway, that's just my suggestion. We'll see.
We'll see if they listen.
Yeah, they won't. Also, speaking of things that people hate, Ryan, I don't know if we already talked about this. I know we started to. Rian Johnson, the Last Jedi director, is doing his own trilogy that we all talked about, that everybody was really excited about until...
I did not know about this.
He's doing his own trilogy. Nobody knew when. Everyone just assumed that it would start filming after the episode 9 finished. We'd be getting... Because supposedly we're getting a Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. So next up was Han Solo. Comes out in May. And then next year we get episode 9. And the rumor is we're going to get an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Well, then a lot of people figured we'd be getting the Rian Johnson trilogy would start kind of filming after that. It sounds like that is not the case. In fact, it looks like Rian Johnson is going to start filming his trilogy this summer.
It'd be great if they did with Lord of the Rings, and they just recorded them all at once, and so then we could just get like a new every single year.
Well, you know what the thing is, because it's an original trilogy without any kind of tie-ins to at least no tie-ins that we are aware of. It definitely doesn't star any of the original characters or Rey or Finn or Poe. They could film this thing back to back. You could cast a whole bunch of unknowns, and you could, or even get some bigger actors and just have them do a 8-month shooting. I know, like I said, they're doing it in Scotland. This news came out because a place so apparently you have to book your places you're going to shoot way in advance. And a place in Scotland that does these shoots kind of said, oh yeah, Rian Johnson's got a shoot. Disney and Rian Johnson have a big shoot here later this year. So
I don't know what he's going to be doing.
Wonder what that could be for. Maybe they're doing a commercial. Maybe he's shooting Cars 4. You never know. With real live cars.
God.
I haven't seen
Cars 3 sucked.
I haven't seen it. Is it bad?
It was, it was boring.
I got my kids Ninjago for Christmas. I haven't watched that yet. I heard it was all right. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah. But Star Wars.
Talking about Star Wars. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
What were we talking about? All I know is Rian Johnson. You better have fucking Jedis in this movie of yours.
I wonder if he's gonna have porgs.
You better have porgs too. I want Jedi porgs. I want Jedi Ewoks training Jedi porgs.
So I guess we need to be watching to see if Daisy gets a contract extension.
And if she's going to Scotland?
And she starts showing up in Scotland.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't care. I'm excited. Haters be damned. Everybody was excited until 25% of the people who saw Star Wars complained a lot.
Fucking babies.
Whatever. I don't know. I'm still talking people off the ledge from Star Wars. Listen, everybody. I just want to say this. I'm still arguing with people about The Last Jedi, still trying to explain why it's a good movie to people. All I can say is this, very simply. Watch the movie that you're given, not the movie that you hoped for, and then critique that. Think about be grateful for what we have and don't complain about what we don't have, right? So judge what we got on what it is, not what it could have been.
But we didn't get the whole backstory for Supreme Commander Snoke.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen,
I already wrote 200 pages of fanfic about it.
Me and Ryan and Chris did an entire review, an hour-long review. We talked about, it'd been great if Luke Skywalker showed up, picked up those walkers, threw them in the sky, force lightning them, did 7 backflips on top of Kylo Ren, but then it would have been awesome, and then we were done, we'd be like, what the hell? That was the dumbest thing I ever saw. What? If he could do that all along, why didn't he just show up and crush the First Order? But that's not how it works. To quote Han Solo, that's not how the Force works.
Babies.
Anyway, moving on.
Stop complaining.
You know what? No, honestly, I will say this: if you didn't like The Last Jedi, and you're a fan, this saga wants you to be passionate about its heroes and its characters. So you're not wrong. If you feel like you didn't hate it or you hated it, that's fine. You can hate it, but let's be objective about this. Just be like, I didn't like this one. We're getting another one, and hopefully the next one will be a better movie for you. But
JJ's doing the next one, so. But
everybody hated JJ, and then they're like, oh, he's gonna ruin Star Wars, and now everyone's like, yes, JJ's coming back to save Star Wars.
Yeah, I will say that we got my daughter to watch the Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. She has zero interest in sci-fi, like anything really. But she watched Force Awakens with us on New Year's Eve, and she loved it. And she's like, Rey is so cool. I'm like, yeah, I've been trying to tell you that for 2 years.
Dude, my daughter...
I've been trying to get you to watch a damn movie.
My daughter loves the new Star Wars movies. The old ones are, she'll sit through them, but she doesn't really get excited about them. But she loves The Force Awakens. She loves Rogue One. She loves The Last Jedi. And I've asked her, what is your favorite Star Wars movies? When I say favorite, she doesn't even talk about the old ones. It's just the three new ones. Because she really likes Jen or so, but she loves Rey. And I asked her, what's your favorite one? And she says The Last Jedi. I'm like, really? You like it better than The Force Awakens? Oh, yeah, Dad. Well, why do you like it better? Oh, when Kylo and Rey, and they fight the dudes in the red armor. And I'm just like, sorry, people. These movies were made for kids, and they love them.
Yeah, and Rose is really good.
Yeah, she loves Rose. That's her new favorite character.
Yeah.
Whatever. What are we talking about? We could talk about Star Wars all day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Enjoy things, people.
If you like it, hop on our side, we can talk about it. If you don't like it, you can still hop on our side, we can talk about it. You
don't have to be...
you don't need to overreact.
Yes.
Disney is not ruining your childhood. Your adulthood has ruined your childhood.
Yeah. Your adulthood ruining a lot of things.
Nothing is as good as when you were a kid because you're like me and you're 27.
Yeah. And just about to turn 30.
And you have to pay bills, and you see how things are made now, and there's nothing magical anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, all the magic is gone.
Well, now that we've killed that. Speaking of magic, Animaniacs, a little bit of good news here. Animaniacs, one of the greatest cartoons of all time, is coming back. I think we talked about this a while ago, that this possibility is going to get rebooted. Well, Hulu has officially picked it up for 2 seasons.
So we're going back to the WB Tower, and we'll be getting... I hope they do it in the exact same format where they have like all the shorts.
Well, I don't know if they'll be in the WB Tower because Hulu is owned by Disney, so they might be in like the Disney Castle now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be interesting. Like I wonder if they're gonna change like the whole intro.
No,
it's still Bill Clinton playing the sax.
No, it's still Warner Brothers Animation. I'm sure it'll be in the Warner Brothers Tower, but yeah, no, I'm sure they will, man. I think that I think we could see a little bit of an update like with DuckTales, where basically they took the original cartoon and they just reanimated it, right? The intro.
Yeah,
I think we'll probably get something like that for Animaniacs.
God, I got way behind on DuckTales. I haven't watched it.
I'm caught up. That's a great show. It's been off for a little while.
Yeah, we watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes, and then we just kind of forgot about it.
It's a good show. I like it. Let's see here. I got a couple less stories. Slender Man horror movie released a trailer. Apparently, it's terrifying. I didn't watch it. I know Ryan didn't watch it because he's a scaredy pants.
I am. I'm a big scaredy cat.
Well, me and Ryan both decided that we didn't want to watch something this terrifying. So you guys watch it. Let us know if it's good.
Brian and I will watch it if we're sitting in the same room and we can hold each other.
Listen, you hold me. I don't hold you, all right? I'm like, man, what are you doing? And you're like, hold me. You're so big and strong. And I'm like, ugh, fine.
Yeah, just let me put my head on your shoulder.
But that's never happened.
Except for that one time.
Except for that one time. We don't talk about that time. All right. There was a lot of tequila involved in that night. Don't you blame me. Not my fault.
I'm just trying to stick to the facts, Brian.
All right, speaking of facts, it's a fact that The Gifted is returning for season 2.
And it's also a fact that I have not watched past the first episode, so...
Well, then you should be really excited.
Maybe I will start watching.
If you don't know what The Gifted is, it's the X-Men kind of spinoff show on Fox. I am caught up on it. It has its highs and lows. It's definitely... got some very positive things. It's also got some kind of dumb things, but hey, it's X-Men right now, still owned by Fox, so that's what you get.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what you get. DCU does the same thing, so
yeah, pretty much. Also, yeah, that's a good point. It's honestly right on par with the Flash, Arrow, Legend of Tomorrow. It's whatever. It's a pretty fun show. Also, rumors are that the Runaways is going to get a season 2 for Hulu. I've not personally watched that show yet, but I've heard good things. So, if you're a Runaways fan, it sounds like it's getting renewed. Let's see. I don't know. Do we want to talk about this Avengers Infinity possible spoiler? Or do you just want to skip that?
Skip it because it's rumor mill.
All right.
So
if you want to, apparently Lego has possibly not ruined giving out a spoiler for Avengers Infinity War. If you want to know about it, we have the link up on our Facebook page. Check it out. Otherwise, we're not talking about it. And finally, our story/topic that we're going to talk about here for a second is Jodie Foster apparently had given an interview to, I don't know, to one of these magazines, and she said that the superhero genre is ruining movies as studios continue to make bad content for the masses.
Well,
so we're going to talk about whether she's right or wrong.
I'm sure she's really familiar with delivering bad content for the masses.
I mean, she made Silence of the Lambs, which is fantastic. That was one of the top 10 movies of all time, I think.
Which one?
The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Clarice.
Get some fava beans.
And a nice Chianti.
A lot of lotion for the skin.
Puts the lotion on the skin, Ryan. But, yeah.
The superhero genre, I mean, is it oversaturated at this point? Yes.
Yeah.
Does it matter at this point? No.
So, I mean, as long as it continues, so I watched, let's see here, well, and in this article, this is stemming from the fact that people are talking to her about, this is the worst year of ticket sales, I think, ever. The box office continues to drop. Now, the movies continue to make more money because of inflation and how much they're charging for ticket prices, but, less and less tickets are being sold every single year, and this year was the worst so far. And so people like Jodie Foster are blaming the fact that everything now is just a big tentpole superhero movie. I think she's not just talking about superheroes in general. My guess is that she's probably kind of lumping all blockbusters into, Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean, all these mega franchises into one kind of superhero category. But I think I saw Thor Ragnarok. I watched Justice League. I watched, what else came out there? Spider-Man Homecoming. What else came out this year? I know there's a few. But anyway, they were all good. They were all good movies, and they were all different movies. I mean, Spider-Man was like basically a John Hughes movie. Thor Ragnarok, which I know you haven't seen yet, but was a straight-up buddy comedy, and it was a super fun movie. Justice League was the only one that was kind of by the numbers, and even that had its entertaining moments. I think for me, are some of these movies bad? Yes. And to your point, are they oversaturated? Well, maybe a little bit, but think about all the movies. How many movies get released every single year? I mean,
like all movies?
Yeah, let's say what? Let's say 3 movies.
Thousands?
Let's say 3 movies a weekend. Let's say major releases. Let's say we get 3 movies a weekend. That's 150 movies a year, 156 movies a year, right? And so if out of 156 movies, you get, 3 Marvel movies, 3 Fox movies. So let's say we get 12 movies a year. Let's make a nice easy number. Let's say 15. So you're saying 10% of all movies released are superhero movies, but yet those 10% are ruining the entire industry.
Well, and then I think it's more like a thing that people complain that there's not enough originality and stuff like that. But the thing is that there's a shitload of like original, really good, like take Arrival, one of the really best sci-fi films, in a long time. At least for me. And people complain that like, Hollywood just keeps copying everything. Like, no, it's just people don't focus on all these smaller original movies because, the box office stuff, gets all the attention. But
not just that.
When something new and original comes out, it's either they just shit all over it because it's not, exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
Or it's too original, because that's apparently a thing.
Or it's an indie movie. Original. Or, listen, when I go to, here's my thing. When I go see a movie prices are really expensive. For me to take my family of 4 to go to a movie and get popcorn and stuff, I spent $67 to take the family to go see Jumanji during the day, right? And that wasn't including popcorn. We spent over $100 to go see one movie. I mean, that's a lot of money. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's a hard sell to go see a movie, especially when there's so much good content on free. Well, I guess not free, but on cable TV, or if you've got Netflix or Hulu. I mean, there's so many good shows. If anything, I think the quality of television right now is really what's hurting movie theaters. So, what can't you see on TV other than Game of Thrones and maybe I guess Westworld? You can't see the crazy spectacle that you're going to see on that you can in theaters, right? I mean, as much as I love Flash doesn't hold a candle to what I saw in the Avengers as far as giant set pieces and crazy special effects. So you can't see that. You can't see Pirates of the Caribbean being on TV. As much as we liked Bright, the total budget for everything was $90 million, and you could tell in certain areas that the budget really affected that movie, right? If you want to see a giant, something that you're not going to see, some big spectacle of a movie that you can't see at home, the only way to go see it is in the theaters. And the only type of movies that do that right now that do it well are the superhero movies, the Star Wars movies, the Fast and the Furious movies. Everything else is kind of mediocre at this point. And if you want to see a great drama, well, honestly, just stay home and watch Stranger Things.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point that I remember going to see movies and stuff with my family as a kid. We didn't do it a lot, but we did do it a couple times. But the last time we went, as all 4 of us went out to a movie, and I think it'd probably been like the first time in like 5 or 6 years. I mean, like we all actually like went together, and I remember I was 2 adults, 2 kids. I was thinking like $30 or something. And then she's like, "Oh, it'll be $63." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And it's like I still haven't even got I was like, glad we smuggled in a shitload because there's like a dollar store right next door.
Yeah, smuggling.
So we just went to the dollar store and smuggled in a bunch of dollar candy.
Well, dude, a large popcorn's $9. $9 for a large bucket of popcorn.
So I mean, if they want to complain about anything, they need to complain about the overinflated, movie prices.
Well, they give us a few nicer things.
If you want what's killing the industry, that's what's doing it right there.
Well, how about the fact that not enough theaters have IMAX? Like, if you want to justify IMAX prices, but even then, it was $18.50 to go see Star Wars on IMAX on opening night. $18.50 per ticket. I'm not even paying that for. I mean, I love Star Wars, but that's ridiculous. $20 to see one movie.
You can go watch the Mariners lose a baseball game for that much.
How about you give me the copy of the movie after I'm done watching it in the theater, and then I might justify that price, So, and then tack on 3D. Everyone wants to charge you $6 more for 3D. Nobody wants 3D, but yet they put the 3D times at the prime times. So if you want to go see it at 7:30 on a Friday, you got to see 3D, or else you got to see it at 5 o'clock or 10:30, right? And it's like, and they do these things on purpose. The experience in the theater's gotten worse. More and more people are on, I see people on their phones. I mean, they're trying to do things like give you recliners. Over here, we're finally getting to the point where we're getting the reserved seats, so you can reserve your seat. But all that comes with a premium. Before you could reserve your seat, it was so if you go to the theater. So down here where I live, there's a theater that has half the studios that you can reserve seats, the other half that you don't. The half that you can are $2 more per seat just to reserve your seat. It's like, I'll just show up and wait in line, It's just... I don't know.
And they're not like they're jiggle seats or something like that. Like they vibrate, do something cool.
The whole movie experience has gone... Honestly, the whole movie experience has gone south. And it's gotten so expensive that the only time I even want to go to a theater is when I'm going to experience something, right?
No, the whole movie experience has gone home.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's...
You get 70-inch 4. You can get 90-inch 4K TVs right now with badass surround sound.
I mean, once someone decides that they'll allow a brand new movie to start streaming from home.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you can watch the next Star Wars. Here, pay us $20, and we'll let you stream it from home on opening night. Yeah. How many people you think would fucking pay for that instead of going to the theater?
You make more. I mean, honestly, movie theaters, they'll never quite get to that point because there's deals in place with the theaters themselves, with the different studios and distribution places. But, if anything's ruining, I just think, to wrap this up, I just think if anything's ruining the movie experience, it's, A, the lack of quality movies. One. Mm-hmm. At least if you go see a shitty Fast and Furious movie, you at least are getting the spectacle, right? If you go see a shitty Jodie Foster movie, it just could be a shitty movie, right? You may get nothing out of the deal. Listen, I went and watched Transformers, took the kids, movie was dumb as hell, but at least I laughed and I was mostly entertained, right? I got something for my money.
But I think it's more the issue that nobody can fucking afford to go to that many movies. Even though some theaters are starting to do like the movie pass thing, where you pay like $10 a month or something like that, and you can go to like one movie a week or something. I can't remember what some of them are, but that seems to be like a new popular thing that people are starting to do. But I think if you want to complain about movies, it starts at the theater. I'm not going to pay $65 fucking dollars just to take my wife and kids out to a movie.
Not with the convenience and the big screens that you can watch it at home.
Yeah.
And shitty movies. And
we turned on Planet Earth tonight and watched it in fucking,
so good.
Super glorious fucking HD, watching that shit.
Sorry I keep looking down, everybody. I got this fucking splinter in my finger from this chair I'm sitting on, and it's deep. It hurts.
I was like, what are you doing? Like,
dude, I don't know if you can see it, man. See how red my finger is? It's like super in there. Oh, well, whatever. I'm going to tough it out for you people for the rest of the show. Yeah. Oh, but after this, know that I'm going to be performing surgery on this stupid finger.
Yeah, I was like, God, is somebody like texting you or something?
No, I had a splinter in my finger, and I kept trying to get it out. All right, moving on. All right, so basically we say you can suck it, Jodie Foster. That's the official Geek
Go eat a dick.
Response. That's our 15-minute way of saying you're wrong.
Yeah. Hope somebody eats your liver with fava beans.
Ooh. And a nice Chianti? All right. Moving on. From the Fateful 50, we got a whole bunch of good stuff to get to.
There's some awesome questions tonight.
Fire away, Ryan. What do you got for me?
The first one is from Exeter Reed.
What's up, buddy?
He wants to know, what Mega Man series is the best?
Is there more than one
series? And I'm going to be completely honest. I played the original Mega Man. That was it. I never got anything past that.
I didn't play much past the first few, and then I did watch the cartoon series. That was a good series. But I did buy on Xbox, if you guys want Mega Man, Xbox One right now, Xbox Arcade for $20. I picked up the the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. It has Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's pretty cool for $20. So I've been playing those. Those are pretty fun. Man, the graphics were bad back then. So sorry, not a giant Mega Man guy here. So sorry, Chris.
Right, I watched the first. I played the first game.
I'm gonna say the cartoon. I really enjoyed the cartoon. That's my favorite Mega Man property.
And then he had a follow-up question. He wants to know, what is the last Final Fantasy game that you played? I'm gonna say play to completion, because I've like tested, like Final Fantasy X and all that stuff. But I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 7 was the last one that I played. Like I bought it for the PC, and I got about 80% into the game, and then there was like a scratch on my disc or something, so I couldn't play the game past that. So I was really pissed off. But I'll say Final Fantasy 7 was the last one that I played like extensively.
The last one I played to completion was Final Fantasy 3, because I had a Super Nintendo, and then I went to Nintendo 64, and they went to play, and then I don't think they ever released one on 64.
Nope, it was.
And then they went to PlayStation.
It was PlayStation.
And I could never afford a PlayStation, and then I didn't buy any game console because I was too busy like partying all the time until the Xbox came out, and then I was hooked on on Xbox. So
is this still only on PlayStation?
No, they have Final Fantasy 14, 13. I don't know. Final Fantasy, one of them, they had on Xbox. I just, it's been so long. The game itself has changed so much that I just, whatever. I don't really have time for 100
now it's like
RPGs
you got
anymore.
skills and bubbles, and it's just. I just like walking around in the woods and.
Yeah, same here. I think the last actual Final Fantasy game I played was Tactics, though. I think it was for like the Game Boy Advance or something like that. It was an alright game, but it was not. It was like a real time strategy. It wasn't like an RPG, so it was hard. It was real hard. Like it tested your fortitude as a man, as a person playing this game. I was like, nope, I failed. I tried to take the test and I failed.
So thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
The next one we have from Jeff. He wants to know what Blu-ray/DVD that you didn't like did you buy just to go with the set? Which I know Brian is one of those OCD people that
definitely
he has to collect them all.
Yes.
So is there one that you were like, I don't want to buy this, but I have to have
Jeff. Iron Man 3 was one I didn't want to collect. Honestly, Doctor Strange I didn't really want to buy because I thought it was kind of a dumb movie. But that's for Marvel. Let's see. The one that I still remember to this day is Alien. I had to buy, to get Alien 1 and 2 in a set, you had to buy Alien 3.
Yeah.
And Alien 4. So it came with all 4, right? And I'm just like, I just want Alien 1 and 2. But it cost as much for all 4 as it did for the 2. So I bought Alien 1, 2, 3, and 4. But they didn't get me on Terminator. I bought Terminator 2 all by itself.
I'm trying to think of... I can't remember. I mean, the only one stuff that I bought sets for, it's like Lord of the Rings.
The Matrix.
I liked all those ones.
I literally bought 3 Matrix movies for 1 Matrix movie.
Oh yeah, you know what? I wanted to get. I wanted to show the kids Men in Black just because I thought they would like it, but then they had like Men in Black 2. And I think was there a third one?
Yeah, there was a third one, like 10 years after the second.
Yeah, but it came like in a pack of like all 3. So I was like, "Fuck, all right, I'll just get it." It was only like $5 or something like that.
I was an early comic book completionist, man. That's how much you know I love comic book movies because I had them all, man. I had X-Men 1, 2, and 3. I had Daredevil, Ben Affleck. I had Elektra. Oof. I had Fantastic Four 1 and 2. I had Ghost Rider 1. I couldn't bring myself to the second one. By then I finally moved on. I moved on from the Fox comic book movies. I was like, nope.
Yeah. Did you have all the Batmans? Even like the shitty Frost one?
I have Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Oh, there you go. There's another box set. The four original Batman movies. You wanted 1 and 2. You had to get all 4. Oh, God. There are some really shitty... Thanks, Jeff. This is bad memories for me.
Yes.
The amount of money that I've thrown away on movies that you could watch on TBS on demand at literally any time of the day.
What is the movie that you've purchased at least? I know I bought Terminator 2 Judgment Day. At least twice on VHS.
Oh, Star Wars. You know how many times I've bought in Star Wars?
Yeah.
I've bought them on VHS. I've bought them on DVD. I bought them on special edition DVD. I bought them on special the actual special editions Blu-rays. I bought them on Blu-ray. I bought them... Dude, I've got...
Yeah. I think I got Terminator 2 Judgment Day in like 5 different forms.
Star Wars Laserdisc. Got them all.
Laserdisc.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've got a bunch of those.
But Jeff's addition to that, his example was he hated Iron Man 3. And he still hasn't bought himself to buy it. But it's the only Marvel Universe DVD that he doesn't own.
Just buy it. You'll be fine. It's terrible, but at least it's kind of funny.
Yeah. And then he said he's going to have to pay $25 for The Last Jedi now, even though he's going to wait. He did not like The Last Jedi. He's one of those.
Jeff, you're wrong about The Last Jedi. It's magical. And my follow-up is, why do you hate everything happy? Why do you hate happiness, Jeff?
God damn it, Jeff. You just made Brian sad.
You know what you need in your life, Jeff? You need a custom Porg.
More Porg. Thank you, Jeff. As always, you come through for us. We have a question from Preston.
Preston.
I think first time question.
What? That is a can't hardly wait call back right there. That's a deep dive. All right, moving on.
So he wants to know, if you've seen it, what do you think of season 4 of Black Mirror?
I have not seen it. That's the one that has like the Star Trek parody, right?
No.
Oh.
So Black Mirror I just started season 2.
Okay, so you're wrong. Yeah, season 4, one of the episodes is a standalone. They do a Star Trek parody.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't.
It's in the new season.
So there are only like 4 episodes per season. So season 1 was 3. I'm on episode 2 and 4 for season 2. They're basically, it's not like a continuing show. Like each episode is its own
different anthology.
Yeah, they're like their own different movies. Basically like 45 minutes long each. So like the first season, you get like the British Prime Minister gets a letter saying that the British princess has been kidnapped, and they're going to kill her. That is at 4:00 at night, unless the Prime Minister of Britain fucks a pig on live TV and has to like stream it like in a certain way so everybody watches it. And that's the fucking movie, and it gets fucking dark as shit, dude.
Yeah, I've heard that about the show. I've heard some of them are kind of comical, but they're always like a little bit of social commentary.
The second one has the kid that's from Get Out, the guy that's in Black Panther now, the main guy from Get Out. He's in the second one, and that one's he's basically like everything that powers everything is just people on bikes. On pedal bikes, but think of like early, like The Sims, basically, and so and everybody got like their person. It's hard to explain, but
that's cool. Yeah,
they're really good. They each their own kind of thing, but it's a really good series. I've only watched the first season. I haven't watched season 4, so everyone should at least try.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I've been meaning to watch them. I haven't checked them out yet, but I've heard it. To your question, Preston, I've heard season 4 is really good. I've actually specifically heard the Star Trek episode's amazing. There's actually rumors where they may do their own spin-off show of the Star Trek show. I mean, I think with the Orville doing as well as it did, I think there's definitely room for fake Star Trek shows. But I don't know.
Preston kind of stole. This was going to be my recommendation for this week, was that people need to start watching Black Mirror. So
my recommendation is people should watch Get Out, which you just mentioned. I finally watched that. That's a good movie.
It's currently on HBO.
Yeah, it's currently on HBO. All right. Thanks, Preston, for your question. Sorry we couldn't be a little more discuss more of what you wanted.
Next up, we have David. He said, very off topic. Nothing is off topic from the Faithful 50, David. Everything is on topic.
Oh, hey, real quick, I'd like to say David is his lady friend is going to they just found out that they're going to be having twins. So I want to say congratulations and good luck.
Definitely good luck on that.
Costco diapers are cheap.
One is enough. 2 is.
We suggest if you have boys, 2 good names for boys would be Brian and Ryan would be a fantastic way to name.
Yes.
And if they're girls, Brianna and Rihanna would be also great names for their children.
Just putting that out there.
Just throwing that out there.
Yes. But David would like to know, what is your take on cryptocurrency?
Fake news. All right, next question.
No, it's not. People are fucking buying the shit out of cryptocurrency.
They're out of their mind. I honestly think cryptocurrency is I'm guessing he knows what it is and wants to know how we feel about it versus actually like a descriptive, like, what do you think about cryptocurrency? I think cryptocurrency is a freaking Ponzi scheme that is going to burst this year. I know a lot of people saying it's the year of cryptocurrency. I am not saying it's the year of cryptocurrency. I think until the feds can guarantee your money, no one is going to invest that heavily into cryptocurrency. It will never become internet money.
To expand on what Brian just said, there is a cryptocurrency that's called Dogecoin, which is basically a meme of the Japanese national dog that is a coin that had currently with a valuation of over $1 billion of market cap. People are purchasing that.
Yes.
I mean, so Bitcoin is the big one that everyone knows. That's worth like $20,000 a coin or some shit right now. Then there's kind of like some smaller ones that are kind of like the offshoots of Bitcoin, like Ethereum,
Litecoin,
and Ripple. Is another one.
Ripple's gone. Literally, I believe there's hundreds.
There's a lot of them. I mean, and like people are like, oh well, Ripple, like it's gone up 350,000%.
Yeah, but a lot of these coins start out at like 7 cents.
They're still worth they're still worth like less than a penny.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's the thing.
If anybody's not familiar with cryptocurrency, basically it is a money you pay real money to buy these coins that can be used to purchase things or do transactions on the internet. Now, the upside of this is like if you want to buy something in Europe, if you want to buy it from your bank, let's say you need to buy $1 million car in Europe, and you try to do it through your bank, it's going to take a couple days to get there, right? Cryptocurrency, I could literally, if Ryan was in Europe right now and I said, I want your car, and he says, okay, I could hit the button and he could literally have the money in his hand. Same hour. Every cryptocurrency has different perks. Some is like instantaneous transfers. Some is, more secure. I know there's people who are trying to do set up like a PayPal of cryptocurrency. But here's the problem. It's not, if you buy a whole bunch of cryptocurrency and then it goes under, it's worth nothing. It's worth zero.
Yeah.
And there is a limited amount of each cryptocurrency. That's how they keep it. They keep the value constantly going up. I mean, there's only 60,000 or 600,000 bitcoins in circulation. Well, circulation.
Yeah, you can do like the mining things and stuff like that. I mean, the blockchain technology was a pretty ingenious way of how they finally kind of figured it. Like they cracked the code for cryptocurrency with blockchain. Basically, it's all your transactions go into a block that's linked to the other blocks that go back to the original block. And then your money is basically a seed that, a math equation.
Basically, you take real money and you're buying fake money with real money.
Yeah.
Is what's happening.
You might as well go to the game where you make those in-app purchases and you buy all the coins so that you can get the cool hat.
Yes, and somebody has deemed that those have value.
It's like that in real life.
And in my experience, if something sounds kind of fishy, it's because it's fucking fishy. So, I'm not going to say that the cryptocurrency, there isn't going to be one that jumps out. I mean, in fact, I was talking to a buddy who is really trying to get me on board with the cryptocurrency, and he's made some good money doing it. But the way they look at it is like the dot-com bubble. Yes, it's going to burst at some point, but out of the dot-coms, we got, Amazon, we got Google's, there's going to be a handful of cryptocurrencies that could end up taking over the entire market and become very valuable. The trick is which one and how many you're going to invest in, because if you invest in 100 and you hit on the one, you're going to lose on all other 99, and depending on how much money you have invested is really going to determine whether you've lost your whole wad or not.
I think Bitcoin will probably be that one that will kind of get through all of it, just because it gets the most attention, it has the most value now.
But it's so limited. There's so little of Bitcoin available. I mean, you can buy parts of Bitcoin. You can't even buy a Bitcoin. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but it's
you can pay $100 for like a 0.0001% of a $25,000 Bitcoin.
Well, I think it's at 13,000 right now. It was at 17. So, depending if you bought it at 17, you're
and that's the fluctuation. $4,000.
It is extremely volatile. And like I said, until that money becomes guaranteed by somebody, like I said, you put your money into a bank, you use your credit cards, your money is protected by the Fed, right? The Fed is federally insured your bank in case your money is ever stolen, taken, whatever, up to a certain amount. So that way you can if that bank is robbed and their money's taken, you get your money back. And I know it hasn't happened yet for the most part, but if somebody robs you of all your Bitcoins, you're fucked.
Well, if you want to see who some of the early investors in Bitcoin are, it's the Winklevoss twins that's kind of basically created Facebook until Zuckerberg stole it from them. And some like guy in China, and some like Russian dude.
Yeah,
and those are like the big earlier investors.
Yeah, and they're probably the people who got it going. I feel like this is one of those things that, hey, let's make something, and then make everyone think it's really valuable, so they all buy it, and we make a shit ton of money in the end and bail out. So
when all those guys start bailing out, it's going to be done.
Well, here's my thing. If you want to invest, David, if it sounds like you may be interested in getting the crypto coin market, and I'm not going to say that I haven't even looked into it, and I might continue to look into it, especially since there are so many crypto coins that you can get for dirt cheap. I would advise not investing too much early on until you understand, which coins are going to fluctuate and which ones aren't. But even then, you're not really sure which. I mean, it's literally like I've seen on a Friday something jumps up 10,000%, and then on Monday it's down 15,000%. You're like, what just happened? Like, people cannot predict. The market is so volatile. So invest low, and if you make money, use that money to invest into other cryptocurrencies. But definitely check it out before you invest too much into it.
Yeah, and my advice is instead of investing cryptocurrency, take that whatever money you're going to do, go to your bank, and ask them what a certificate of deposit is. Yeah. And do that.
And then
do a 5-year.
Wire it to the Geek Dad Report.
Yeah.
On Facebook or Twitter to us, or personally give us a check. You can mail it to us.
Yeah.
And we'll invest your money into the show.
We will make a certificate of deposit for you.
Because everybody knows the Geek Dad Report is guaranteed to grow by 100,000% over the next 5 years.
Yeah. At least if you do a CD, you're not going to make a shit pile of money. You're going to make some money, and it's pretty much backed, so you don't got to worry about it.
Anyway, that's my feeling on cryptocurrency, which Ryan thought I was just going to sit here and listen to him talk about it. You didn't think I knew shit, did you, Ryan?
I was actually kind of hoping for that, but sometimes stuff happens.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we got any more questions, or is that it?
We had one last question.
All right, what do we got?
Just came in.
Ooh.
While we were recording.
Last second. What do we...
From Chris Armento.
Ooh, good Chris.
He wants to know. Yeah, not the evil Chris.
He
wants to know, who are you pulling for in the playoffs? Who won your fantasy football league? So I know Brian is not pulling, even though he keeps thinking the Seahawks are in the playoffs. It was actually the Eagles. I know you're not going to root for my team.
Well, I'm gonna say that me and Ryan both answered this question on the Geek Dad Report versus the NFL Wild Card Playoff Edition. So we recommend that if you want our answers, you should go watch that show, Chris. And Chris, who won our fantasy football league? You can go to hell. Eat my ass.
I would have to say I was in second place in my fantasy football league, and I only got 70 points, and the person that beat me got like 73 points. And I had Tom Brady playing, McCaffrey playing. It seemed like every single one of my players, they decided just to get 4 points, and then
Ryan,
I played the Jacksonville defense, who got like 3 points. Meanwhile, I sat the Eagles defense that got 20-something points.
Listen, I don't want to hear what Chris is trying to fish for. Is Chris plays in my fantasy league, and I played Chris 3 times this year, and the first 2 times I played him, I beat him by a combined 700 points, and thoroughly demolished him both times. Well, I have to play him in the first round of the playoffs, and Gronkowski magically gets himself suspended. Kamara goes out with a concussion in the first round or first series of the game in New Orleans, and so because that all happens on a Thursday, I need high upside guys, so I switch out a few players. Had I left my 2 players in that I normally play, I would have beaten Chris by half a point, even though Chris scored like a measly 170. Our league's a little bit higher. His team still sucked, managed to squeak out a win against me with my 2 best players not playing. And he ended up winning the fantasy league, which he wouldn't have won because I literally outscored everybody else the whole rest of the week. So I would have been the fantasy champion if Rob fucking Gronkowski hadn't got himself suspended, and if Alvin Kamara hadn't got one concussion, the only one he had all season long, in the first fucking drive of that game. So, Chris, go to hell. I have rubbed my balls all over the trophy that is currently in my room.
That's such a great question.
That I'm going to give you.
Really appreciate it.
Literally took my balls and I drugged them all
Brian is
top to bottom.
Very excited about it.
Dragon. So, it's like after work, I got to
really
it. Really
appreciate it, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Hope you take a nice long sniff of your trophy when you get it, buddy.
So, that was it for our listener questions. Thank you, everyone, especially Chris Armenta.
Yes.
For turning on the rage button for Brian.
Let's not talk about giant rage buttons.
Are you going to expand on that?
Well, I'm just Donald Trump's threatening to blow up the whole world because he's got the biggest nuclear button.
We don't talk politics, Brian.
Idiot.
You know this. This will definitely turn into like a 3-hour episode.
All right. Well, I don't really. We already gave our recommendation, so unless you want to make this a longer,
my recommendation was Black Mirror, and Preston kind of helped push that along.
Is actually not Get Out. That's a great movie, but my recommendation is The Magician season 4. I think season 3 or 4 starts in a week. Great show on Sci-Fi Channel. Check it out. You can watch all the first seasons on Netflix right now if you need to get caught up. Good show. Highly recommend it.
Yes. Brian.
And the X-Files. X-Files started last night. Heard some people were mad. I haven't watched it yet, but watch that too because it's got Mulder and Scully.
And if people would like to find us,
we're on Twitter. Find us.
Well, I'll tell you, Brian.
I'm all ears.
They can find us on Twitter at the Geek Dad Report, Brian at BrianWest53, and I'm Big Bruiser. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook as the Geek Dad Report, and we are also on podhellmedia.com. Or no, just podhell.com, sorry. You can find us on iTunes, so please like, comment, thumbs up,
subscribe,
little
share,
heart things on Twitter.
Upload, download, superload, sideload.
Upload, download, sideload.
Convert us to Bitcoin.
Yeah, get a couple Dogecoins and Ripples, and just let us know what you're thinking. We always want to hear.
We're always here for you guys. And if you subscribe and you do not have your name set to private, your account set to private, you get a special shout out on the show. And we got a new subscriber on YouTube that is going to get their very own shout out right now. Can we give it, Ryan? Can we give it
drum roll?
No, there's no drum rolls. You know what? I was going to try and make this like, all right. And our new subscriber is... What happened to the drum roll?
Nice.
What happened to the drum roll? That's right, everybody. We got a new subscriber, and our new subscriber is... Jennifer Gilbert. Thank you, Jennifer. You are a magical unicorn of awesomeness, and we really appreciate you subscribing to the show. So... Hopefully you've made it through this entire hour plus and not decided what the hell have I subscribed to.
She probably already unsubscribed.
You probably already unsubscribed and you clicked out the first 2 minutes. This is why we do the shout outs at the end of the show because we want to make you suffer through the whole thing. But thank you, Jennifer, for subscribing to our show. We do really very much appreciate it. And you're awesome.
Yes, we appreciate it. And please don't unsubscribe.
Yeah, and we promise for future people who subscribe, we are going to work on a better shout-out part. Me and Ryan at least will coordinate with the drum rolls. Maybe
let's be honest. We're probably not going to, but we will pretend to.
I'm going to get like glitter, or at least LeBron James, and just throw it up in the air like it's raining powder.
I'll just hold like a ball of confetti and just be like, woo!
Whatever. All right, man, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's get out.
All right, everybody. Until next week, thanks for joining us. Stay awesome.
And stay nerdy, everyone.